Honor to you, my Thane. Honor to you, my Thane.
Long life to you, Thane. Good day. Honored to see you again, my Thane.
Where do you want to go? Climb and back, and we'll be off. Nice weather for a ride. Hope it lasts.
By the gods, it's true, isn't it? A dragon has attacked Whiterun. How could we amend without such a beast?
I'm sorry to drag you into Markarth's problems, but after that attack in the market, I'm running out of time. You're an outsider. You're dangerous looking. You'll do. You want answers? Well, so do I. So does everyone in the city. A man goes crazy in the market. Everyone knows he's a forsworn agent. Guards do nothing. Nothing but clean up the mess. This has been going on for years, and all I've been able to find is murder and blood. I need help. Please, you find out why that woman was attacked, who's behind Wayland and the Forsworn, and I'll pay you for any information you bring me. She's not from Markarth. The air about her screamed outsider. Visitors to the city usually stay at the Silver Blood Inn. He was one of the smelter workers. I used to have a job down there myself, casting silver ingots. I never knew much about Wayland, except he lives in the Warrens, like all the other workers. Yes, It all started when I was a boy. My father owned one of the mines, rare for anyone who isn't a Nord. He was killed. Guards said it was just a madman, but everyone knew the murderer was a member of the Forsworn. I've been trying to find out why ever since. Gotten nowhere so far. And then I got married. Have a child of my own on the way. I swore I was going to just give up for my child's sake, but it's like my father's ghost is haunting me, asking me why. They're remnants of the old rulers of Markarth, natives of the Reach, followers of the old ways. The Nords drove them out of the city, Ulfric Stormcloak and his men. That was about 20 years ago. But somehow they're still here, and they're killing people. Keep your eyes and ears open.
I'm gonna be a silversmith one day, like my mother and father.
Another drink, Koznak? A porter with Arnleif and Sons deserves nothing but the finest here.
Unlike my husband,
All
Cutler,
your drinks
I
are
watch
watered
after
down.
our
I'm sorry.
You aren't.
I'm still a bit dizzy from everything.
Can't afford to pay me enough for the finest
Nothing, you
drinks anyhow.
pig-headed oaf.
Not much. One moment I was buying a necklace, and the rest is just a blur. No. I was just
How are
buying
your
jewelry
chores
for my
coming,
sister
my
in
son?
Cyrodiil.
Today,
I've never
I
even
cleaned
seen
the
that
linens,
man
washed
before.
the floors, and checked in on all our guests.
Just visiting.
My
I had some
son.
business here.
You'll
That's
be a
all.
fine innkeeper someday. Like your father.
Was it that obvious?
But Mother
Damn.
says you're a
I
terrible...
must be losing my touch.
Never mind your mother,
I'm
Ren.
one of General
You listen to
Tullius's
me and
agents.
You'll be a great man
I was
one
sent to
day.
investigate the Treasury House and the Silverblood family. They own Cidhna Mine, one of the toughest jails in Skyrim.
Frobby, my dear
I was
loving
hoping I
wife.
could buy or
Could you
steal the
please
deed.
clear out the guest room?
I don't think that's
Clean
how
the
things
rooms
work
yourself,
here.
Cutler. It's not like
Mark
you do
my
anything
words.
important around here.
Thonar Silverblood was behind that attack in the
Checking the
market.
guests and managing
Somehow.
them, and keep a
The
roof over
age
your
of
head.
aggression
No, nothing
is
important.
just about done.
So the clues point to the Treasury House then. That makes sense. Thonar is involved in every facet of the city. Here's the gold I promised. Keep following the trail and there will be more in it for you. Let me know as soon as you found anything.
You lost? The Warrens isn't a place for your type. What do you want? Oh yes. I know everyone who sleeps in the Warrens. Kind of the one who passes the keys around. I guess someone else will be taking his room now. Sorry, but you don't exactly belong here. Trust is hard to come by here. But all right. That's right. Welcome to Markarth, traveler. Thank the Divines you can choose to live somewhere else. I can show you a few things, but anyone asks, and my name never comes up. Understand? It's where you go when you can't afford a room anywhere else. About the time they opened the mines, someone got the idea to throw beds in here. Laborers, the sick, the lame, we're all here. All right then.
You don't know anyone here who doesn't have rattles or ataxia? Yes?
You've been digging around where you don't belong. It's time you learned a lesson. Someone who doesn't like you asking questions. Come on, let's see what you're made of. Piece of pit bait. I was sent by Nepos the Nose. The old man hands out the orders. He told me to make sure you didn't get in the way. That's all I know, I swear.
Nepos the Nose? He's been in Markarth forever, and he's well respected among the natives of the Reach. Good work. Here's your gold. I have a feeling Nepos gets his own orders, though. If you find out, I'll have more for you. Be careful who you talk to.
The bloodiest beef in the Reach.
Excuse me. What's your business here? We haven't been expecting you, and the old man needs his rest. Come back some other time.
Wait. It's okay, my dear. Send her in.
Yes, Nepos. You heard him. Go on in.
I'm sorry about my housekeeper. She's a little protective of me. Now, what is it you want? Ah, yes. You've proven to be a real bloodhound. Well, you've sniffed me out. I've been playing this game for almost 20 years, sending the young to their deaths, all in the name of the Forsworn. And I'm tired. So tired. My king, Madanach, when the uprising fell at the hands of the Nords, they threw him in the mines. I don't know how, but he lives. I get his messages, and I hand out his orders without question. Markarth and the Reach are our lands. That is why we are the Forsworn. We cannot claim the home that is rightly ours. But then, during their war with the Elves, we had our moment. We drove the Nords out of the Reach in a great uprising. Then Ulfric and his men came. Those of us who didn't run were executed, except for myself, my king, and a handful of others. He is the king in rags, a man who once held all the Reach within his grip. He stokes the passions of the downtrodden in this city, directs them to kill the enemies of the Forsworn in our name. All from inside Cidhna Mine, a Nord prison. The irony is quite thick. My dear girl, what makes you think you're getting out of here alive? You were seen coming in. The girl at the door is a Forsworn agent masquerading as a maid. You aren't the first one to have gotten this far. You won't be the last. I'm
Never
sorry,
should have come here.
but you're not leaving.
What do you want?
warned you. But you had to just go and cause trouble. Now we have to pin all these recent murders on you. Silence witnesses. Work, work, work. You think you're the only one who knows that? We had a nice little deal going between Thonar and Madanach until you showed up. You'll have plenty of time to take it up with the king in rags while you're serving a life sentence in Cidhna Mine. You'll never leave Markarth.
Halt! You're under arrest for murder and conspiracy against the city of Markarth. You aren't fooling me. Trusted witnesses have seen you commit several murders. And there are accounts of your suspicious behavior throughout the city. Now come quietly. You'll never see the sun again. No one escapes Cidhna Mine. No one.
All right, prisoner. Eyes front. You're in Cidhna Mine now, and we expect you to earn your keep. There's no resting your hide in a cell in this prison. Here you work. You'll mine ore until you start throwing up silver bars. You got it? You won't. The Jarl has ordered a life sentence for you. Get comfortable in the dark, because you'll never see the sun again. All right. Open her up. Now you, get down there.
What are you in for, new blood? Violent one, huh? Best keep that to yourself, new blood. Others find out, they'll consider that a challenge. My advice? Serve your time at the pickaxe and get out. You don't want to end up getting a shiv in the guts over a bottle of skooma. Small blade, easy to hide. I mean, sure, you could just swing a pickaxe into someone's face, but people tend to see that coming. Got a problem with a prisoner? Get a shiv. Here Grisvar has a spare, if you could get him to part with it. If you're asking, that means you're the new lifer. Tough luck, friend. Those guards sold you out, but good. No one talks to Madanach, I'm afraid. Not without getting past Borkul the Beast. And you don't want to talk to Borkul the Beast. Madanach's guard. Big, even for an orc. Heard he ripped a man's arm off and beat him to death with it. He's old-fashioned like that. All right, then.
The new meat. So soft, tender. What was it like killing your first one, huh? Liar. You want to talk to the king in rags? Fine. But first you gotta pay the toll. How about you get me a shiv? Not that I need one, but it's nice to have one in case I need to do some shaving. Fine. Go on in, but don't try anything in there. Madanach knows more than you think. Murder, banditry, assault, theft, and lollygagging. Fight well.
Well, well, look at you. The Nords have turned you into an animal. A wild beast, caged up and left to go mad. Well, well, look at you. The Nords have turned you into an animal. A wild beast, caged up and left to go mad. So, my fellow beast, what do you want? Answers about the Forsworn? Revenge for trying to have you killed? Do I? What about you? What right did you have to meddle in my affairs? Kill my people? Was it worth it? Your truth? You're one of us now, you see? A slave. The boot of the Nord stepping on your throat. Maybe if you understood that, I could help you. So many say that, at first, until they realize the truth. If you change your mind, speak to Breg. Tell him I sent you. I want you to know how widespread the injustice of Markarth is. I had Markarth. My men and I drove the Nords out. We had won. So we thought. Retribution was swift. I was captured, quickly tried, and sentenced to death. But my execution never came. Dhonar's Silverblood stopped it. He wanted the Forsworn at his call, that I would point their rage at his enemies and spare his allies. And I have. Humiliating at first, but I knew he would let his guard down eventually, that he would come to trust I was under control. This was our land. We were here first. Then the Nords came and put chains on us, forbid us from worshipping our gods. Some of us refused to bow. We knew the old ways would lead us back to having a kingdom of our own. That is who we are, the Forsworn, criminals in our own lands, and we will cut a bloody hole into the Reach until we are free. Our struggle is our people's struggle.
My eyes inside Cidhna Mine tell me that Madanach is dead. You've done a great service to the Silver Blood family. I've had the Jarl officially pardon you and take care of a few other loose ends. And you've proven that was the best move I could have made. Don't give me that look. You're free to go. Here, how about a little token for your efforts? My family's ring and all the things the guards confiscated from you when you were jailed. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to figure out how we're going to fill our recently emptied mine.
Your name's been cleared by Dona Silverblood. Consider yourself lucky.
Oh, it's you. Sorry to hear about your imprisonment. I'm sure the guards didn't mean to throw you in jail. Sure thing. It's yours for a day. I'll show you to your room. Right this way. Let me know if there's anything else you need.
Klepper, you idiot! Can't you do anything right?
The finest
A man like
jewelry
me
in all
makes
of
a lot of
Markarth.
People are always trying to cheat me. I paid extra for the biggest room in the Silver Blood Inn. I need space to stretch these arms.
How about a septum? Wait, make that 2 septums. I feel like living it up.
In the Reach.
Aye, a whole heap of it. You see that temple? Way up there? All them women keeping to themselves? Won't let poor Degaine in, nope. Not even for a look. But they've got a treasure in there. Gold statue size of a child. Who knows what they use it for, but I know what I'll use it for.
Of course you do.
Well, let's not put it like that. Wouldn't want the Thieves Guild catching wind of us, eh? Nah, just creep in and have a go at taking it out. I'll be here and pay you half of what my man in Riften promised for it. You'll be helping out an old beggar, and the divine smile on that sort of thing. Come on, you outsiders always have plenty of gold on you. Spare a piece. What is there to know? It's in the temple, you bring it out. You bring it to me, I pay you. Now get moving. Finally. Now get lost.
How are the necklaces selling, my wife? We could make more.
I'm afraid the necklaces aren't selling well. Customers are not interested in medallions engraved with the symbols of other provinces.
I'm telling you, I heard it. Howling. Those werewolf tales are true.
The sisters are communing with Dibella. They can't be disturbed. You'll have to come back another time. I'm sorry. The Temple of Dibella is closed. You can receive your blessing if you wish, but the other sisters are in seclusion.
Lead us to your Sibyl.
My favorite drinking buddy. Let's get some mead. Give it to me quickly, before they see us together. You've riled up the priestesses, and the guards don't take kindly to that. Here's your share. Nicely done. Holmes. I said Holmes, you backbiter. Give a crippled worker a helping hand.
Damned! Someone who actually escaped Cidhna Mine. You're the talk of the worlds.
May your weapons be sharp, and your prey fresh. Looking to protect yourself, or deal some damage? All right.
Everyone's been talking about you. The guards will have to answer for throwing an innocent person in Cidhna Mine. Oh, by the divines, is it that obvious? I swear, if my Gunnar was alive to see me now. This store would finally be on its feet if I hadn't lost my last shipment to the Forsworn attacks. A specially made Dibella statuette. You aren't for hire, are you? A sellsword? I'll pay you if you can recover that statuette from the Forsworn. Thank you. I'll have a sum of gold waiting for you when you return. Come back whenever you need something.
Shots! No! Ah, that's it! That's all you've got?
Someone there? someone there?
Over here!
Huh?
Did you hear something?
You won't get the best of me!
Dead and buried! The Forsworn will reclaim what is rightfully ours!
You can't hide from me. Where are you?
Dead and buried!
You won't get the best of me!
Why won't you die?
Where are you? Where are you? Where are you?
Petra! Evil Petra put me here, stole my tower. Hate her, chew her bones. Let me out, kind meat. Ah, you have a pretty staff. Help me find Petra. Wring her neck, pluck her eyes. Take my prize staff. I just want my tower back. Yes, kind horse. Let us go up. Find Melka on the way. Press only middle button. Clever trick, yes. Nobody ever thinks of the middle. Careful here. Huh? There's a trick to this. Trick is to not bleed to death. And there's a lever too. You traitorous crows! Die!
You can't!
Petra, curse her eyes! Yes, my staff. Take it. Kill something pretty with it. I spit on you, dead sister! Such a kind nibble you are. Live in my tower. Roost in my home. Mix pretty poisons and collect shiny eyeballs. Yes. Do you like my pretty tower? Do you like my pretty tower? better kind nibble you are.
No, I'm not Arnleif. Yes, I know it's called Arnleif and Sons. Oh, there it is. This little gold delight is going to keep us afloat for a while. Thank you. Here's something for your hard work. I inherited the store from my husband. His father was Arnleif. My husband, Gunnar, died about 5 years ago. Forsworn attack. I miss that stubborn oaf. Come back whenever you need something. A fine day to you, friend. May you die with a sword in your hands.
City of Markarth sure is a beauty. Where do you want to go? Climb and back and we'll be off. Nice weather for a ride. Hope it lasts.
Mama, you're home! Can I get a few gold to spend? Please? You're the best. Thanks.